Hey guys, it's Jeremy again, and I am back for a very special video. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for roughly about the last almost 5 years to get this set of books. So I'm dedicating to a whole freaking video showing you guys them. Now these are books I already have in hardcover. If you can see up here, I already have all the series in hardcover. So it was one of those things, I didn't necessarily need them, but I wanted them, and everywhere was out of stock. But first I'm going to actually show you what they are, and it is the Twilight series White Collection. That's the spy. It's the White Collection edition of the books. These were released in December of 2012, shortly after the UK released them in December of 2010 for Christmas. And I was like, oh my god, those are so beautiful. I'm kind of jealous of the UK books because the side with the pages is red. I was like, oh, that is so sharp. And so I really wanted them, and Target had these for a while, but like the tops of these were really damaged. Like they had like 3 or 4 sets, but even with it still wrapped in plastic, like the tops of these were ripped and torn, and I didn't want that. The only one that got mildly ruined was Twilight, but that's what all 5 technically books look together. They look so pretty. And there's a lot of really pretty detail if you can see this little design. I was really excited when I saw Gina from YA Fiction Freaks haul this a few years ago, and I said, fuck it, I'm getting these books. So I actually got these for about $40 on Amazon. So Amazon finally got it in stock, and I didn't want to end up going all the way to Barnes and Noble and spending nearly $65, which is what this set is retail. This is the retail price for them. $65, which is absolutely absurd, but I probably would have spent it if I couldn't get it anywhere else. So without further ado, I'm actually going to show you the books. This is a very tough box set. It was you know it was made so well because the books are quite hard to get out of this box. So these are paperback, obviously, and this is another reason I wanted them was because I really wanted these books in paperback, but I didn't want to buy the same like covers that I already had because they're the same ones. So but when I found out that these were different. So here's the first one, which is Twilight. And as you can tell, it does not have the title on the cover. It only has the title on the spine. And the backs are red. That is sharp and so cool. And and the quote on the back of this, so I will be reading the quotes on each back, and it says, up here it just says, and then it says Twilight, and it says about 3 things I was absolutely positive. First, Edward was a vampire. Second, there was a part of him, and I didn't know how potent that part might be, that thirsted for my blood. And third, I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. So I'm a huge fan of the Twilight Saga. It is one of my favorite ever book series. It's number 2 on my list. First, of course, is Harry Potter, but I just love it. I think it's so pretty. I love that these covers are so simple, and as you can tell, like this with the hands is like shiny, but the rest is like this very like solid feeling of it. And really, there's no difference between these books and the regular paperback or regular hardcover. The only difference is the covers are white, and the backs are red, and they're just so pretty. So we're gonna go into New Moons. And I feel like since the covers are white, you see detail on these covers much more because the other books are in fact black covers. And it's New Moons. This has actually been my favorite cover of the whole series. I don't know if I ever mentioned that to you guys. Funny story to go with this actual cover, not the white one, just in general. But what Stephanie actually wanted was a clock on it, since time is such a theme in the novel. You know, how much time is there going to be between Edward and Bella? What's going on? But the people behind the books thought the red tulip was a much better idea, and it definitely is beautiful. Like, it's so gorgeous, and once again, this is shiny and the rest is not. God, that is sharp. That's the spine. And then the back. And the back of this one says, I knew we were both in mortal danger. Still, in that instant, I felt well, whole. But I could feel my heart racing in my chest, the blood pulsing hot and fast through my veins again, my lungs filled deep with the sweet scent that came off of his skin. It was like there had never been any hole in my chest. I was perfect, not healed, but as if there had never been a wound in the first place. And this is actually one of my absolute favorite quotes from the book. And as the books go, the books do get quite thick. And we have Eclipse, book 3. And this is another one where you really couldn't see the ribbon breaking very much on this one, but you really can see it. It's very, very nice. That's the spine. And the back. I love these red backs. I think they're just beautiful. And of course, this is a huge book. The books get so big. We're just going to have to set this box here. Once again, very beautiful red. And I do have my wonderful Deadpool t-shirt on for this moment because everything was very red. So the back of this one, of course, says Eclipse, and it says, in the dead silence, all the details suddenly fell into place for me. Without a burst of inquisition, something Edward didn't want me to know, something that Jacob wouldn't have kept from me. It was never going to end, was it? I love it. I love it. It's going to be really nice to be able to read out of these editions as well. And then we have Breaking Dawns. Oh, this one is so nice too, because once again with the black one you couldn't exactly, you know, see it as well as you probably would have liked, and with this one you actually can. And that's this. This is probably the biggest. Having this in paperback, having this book in paperback makes me realize how big this last book really is. And then one's just like all the other ones. This one is also red as well. This one says, "Don't be afraid," I murmured. "We belong together." I was abruptly overwhelmed by the truth of my own words. This moment was so perfect, so right. There was no way to doubt it. His arms wrapped around me, holding me against him. It felt like every nerve ending in my body was a live wire. Forever, he agreed. It's also one of my favorite parts of the book. I've not read these books in so long. I'm currently rereading the first book, so my Twilight book review will be the next book review, and hopefully the next video will be up. I'm about 200 pages into it now, so hopefully I can get that finished up and get that up for review. And then they were also very nice to also include Bree Tanner in here as well. So we have the short second life of Bree Tanner, which is the small little novella to Eclipse. What I really like about this one is that you can really see how it's like dotted, so it's not like a straight line going down, because it means that her life is coming to a very abrupt end. And that is the back. This one's a little bit long, so I'm not going to really read this one. But it is this one. The book actually is called The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, which is really interesting. It was really, really nice to be able to have a book set in this world that's in a different perspective, so I quite liked this one. But that's all the books. That's all beautiful, and I love them very dearly. If you want this set, try Barnes & Noble, try Amazon, try Walmart. If you have Hastings near you, just keep trying in the stores. Pre-order it, or, well, you don't have to pre-order it, but just try looking, because this was supposed to be a limited set, because it does say limited edition collector set at the top here. So I don't know if there is going to be I don't know if this is going to go away, but I said to myself if I didn't get them now, I was going to be really, really mad. So I would check those places if you really want to have this set for your library. Um, I really am very excited that I got these. I don't regret spending the $40 on these, especially since the only thing that I'm disappointed in was I really wish that the spines were red like the UK, because I think it would have just matched the back so much more. When the UK put them out in de December of 2010, and they never did come back. They did one unit of it, and it never. And once they were sold, and they never did do more. I'm very glad that these have sold so well here in the U.S. because this set came out in December of 2012. That was almost 5 years ago now. Well, 4 years, but still, I was quite impressed to see that it's still around even in 2016. So if you want the set, I would go and get it wherever you want it. I am a huge fan of this series, so it's going to be really, really fun. When I do my book reviews, I'm going to use my original hardcover editions, but when I do like tag videos and stuff and like holding up, I will use these editions because these are just so pretty, and they feel so good, and they smell good, and that is the Twilight Saga White Collection. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know if you have this set. Let me know what you thought. Do you like the new, somewhat new covers? They're not really new, but they are very pretty. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.